everyone. Today I want to talk to you about evaluations. And in general, if we're looking at an evaluation, there's many different things that we can evaluate. It could be a speech, it could be a product, a commercial, a movie review. But I want to talk about what the key features of all of these have. The first one is a concise description of the subject. And what that means is that you want to describe the subject that's being evaluated. You should include just enough information to let readers who may not be familiar with your subject understand what it is. The goal is to evaluate, not summarize. The second thing is a clearly defined criteria. And that means that you need to determine clear criteria as the basis for your judgment. In reviews written for a broad audience, you can take criteria into the discussion as reasons for your assessment. In more formal evaluations, however, you may need to announce your criteria explicitly. The third thing is a knowledgeable discussion of the subject. To evaluate something and to remain credible about it, you need to show that you know it yourself and that you've researched what other sources say. So you want to cite reviews of other sources as well. That backs up what you're saying. You need a balanced and fair assessment. An evaluation is centered on a judgment. You want to judge in some way, but it needs to be fair and balanced. Seldom is something only good or only bad. Even if you really don't like something, there's probably some positive to it. And even with something that you truly love, there might be some small negative. You need to be able to point out both sides of that. For example, you might love a movie. The plot was great, the characters are great, the costumes match the time period. However, the soundtrack was horrible. So you need to include that as well. The last part is well-supported reasons. You need to argue for your judgment, providing reasons and evidence. You want to think of what are these reasons. You want to give these examples because that's going to back up and prove what you have to say. It's okay to find specific examples from a book, from a film, from a product, whatever it is that you're evaluating. That's important to really back up what you're saying. So those are the key features of what an evaluation includes. When you write evaluations, you really want to focus on your purpose, your audience, your stance, and then your media and design. What does that mean? Well, your purpose is, are you writing to affect your audience's opinion of the subject? Do you want to evaluate something to help others decide what to see, do, or buy? That all ties into your purpose. Your audience is, whom are you writing it for? What will your audience already know about it? What will they expect to learn from you? And keep in mind, are they likely to agree with you, or do you have a viewpoint that might be very different? Your stance is, how will you show that you have evaluated the subject fairly? Think about the tone you want to use. Do you want to be reasonable? Do you want to be passionate? Do you want to be critical? You make that decision. They're all okay. And the last thing is your media design. How will you deliver your evaluation? Print, online, as a speech? Can you show an image or a film clip of it? If you're submitting your text for publication, are there any format requirements? You will see that throughout the course, you're going to be doing some evaluations. We'll have a film review. You're somewhat evaluating your artifact analysis, where you're going to still be describing it and talking about it. So keep these things in mind as we evaluate throughout the semester. Thanks for watching, everyone.